Hey everybody, what's going on? So in yesterday's video, I showed you how to add code into your Systeme.io blog so that you could make your blog posts shareable. At this point in time, Systeme.io doesn't have the built-in features to share a blog post. So I shared some code in that video. You can go check it out. You can grab that code and you can pop in the code where you want it. And then when you have visitors to your blog post that want to share it, they'll be able to share it. So here's the thing. What do you do if you're not a coder? Good question, right? I'm not a coder. So how did I tackle this? Well, you probably already guessed it. I use ChatGPT. So let's go ahead. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in and I'm going to show you, again, with ChatGPT, how to create this code. Warning, this could be a long video. When you're doing stuff like this with ChatGPT, it's a lot of back and forth in the conversation to get what you want. And it could be a long conversation. So I just want to put that right up front. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and let's check it out. All right. So here's what I'm talking about. We've got this share option here, right? Let's go ahead and just go out of this. We don't need it. And let's go ahead and open up our ChatGPT. Okay. And here I'm going to say, I am working on a blog on setting up a blog on Systeme.io. It doesn't have the ability built into it to share blog posts. I need you to help me create the code for this. Now I could go ahead and prompt it. I know because I've been working on this and created the last one, and I actually did a video yesterday that I ended up not being able to use because I had some issues with Camtasia and just got to the point where it's like, yeah, I just got to redo this whole thing. So, but that being said, I think we need to come at this from a perspective of not knowing exactly what we need. So I'm going to just keep this general and we'll prompt it if need be, but let's just kind of keep it general. So I need you to help me create the code for this. I want to have this set up in the format where I have, let's see here. I don't necessarily want it to be a table, but I want it to know how to lay this out. Okay. With Systeme.io, the editor uses blocks and or sections and rows. Sections, blocks, and rows. In this case, I am wanting to have, okay, so if we go back and look at this in the editor and we scroll down, we want 4 columns in our row. We want one for the share, one for the Facebook icon, one for the LinkedIn icon, and one for the Twitter icon. So what we want to do here, in this case, I want to have 4 columns in the row. In the first cell, I want it to say share. Now we could also go in here and look for the default font. In order to find the default font for a blog, I'm going to click on Save Changes, even though I didn't do anything. We're going to go out of here. What you want to do is go up to your blog layout, okay? And then up in here, sure, we're going to go up to our settings, and right here is our default font. So we're looking at Roboto is the font type, font style is regular, 18 and 23. So we're going to actually try and keep this so that it's all same font and everything. I want it to say share. I want the font type to be Roboto. I want the font, I think it was style, to be regular. I would like the font size to be 18, and I would like the line height to be 23. In the next cell, I want to have the Facebook icon, and I want the visitors to be able to click on that Facebook icon and have it give them the ability to share that blog post. In the next two cells, I want to have the same ability as the Facebook icon, but I want to have LinkedIn and Twitter. Can you help me with this? So let's just see if it comes out of the box giving us what we want faster than when I was trying to do this yesterday and I had to stop. There's a few things that we're going to need to really make this happen that, again, with some back and forth, I was able to figure out, or not really figure out, but after some back and forth, ChatGPT is like, and I can tell you right now, it's not going to work. Because there's some JavaScript involved, and it could be, I don't think so, that this will work, but I doubt it. So we've got some CSS. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Gave us all. So we've got HTML structure, we got the CSS styling, we have the JavaScript, and here it put it all together. Oh man, this is beautiful today. This is beautiful. I'm a happy guy today, folks. I'm happy. So it gave us each individual part, the HTML part, which is right here, obviously. We've got some styling that says, hey, make everything up here and make it this style. All right. And it looks to me like right here, it's also making sure that things are responsive, which is beautiful. I didn't tell it to do that. So this is beautiful. And then there's, like I was saying, I knew there was some JavaScript involved. And so it actually pulled in the JavaScript, which didn't happen yesterday. There was a lot of back and forth yesterday. But what was really cool is maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's getting used to so many people coming into asking how to do things in chat or in Systeme.io, because I'm constantly having to say, hey, it's going into a raw HTML element, and because it'll give me just the code for a whole page. I'm like, no, I don't need the code for the whole page. It's just going to go into a little raw HTML element. But in this case, this is exactly what I need. And I say exactly, we're going to find out. So we're going to copy the code. Okay, we're going to go over here to our editor. What we want to do is just back out of here, and it's going to say save. That's fine. So now what we want to do is we want to go to our post layout, okay? Because this code is going to go into the page where every time you do a post, it's going to be available on every page that is a post. So we go into post layout, and here's the one from yesterday. I'm going to scroll down here on the left. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to grab this raw HTML element. I'm just going to grab it and just drag it over. I'm going to pop it in just right below the other one. Okay, going to click into that. I'm going to go to edit code. We're going to take out the default code, and we're going to paste in the new code. And let's see what happens. All right. See exactly what's going on here. I didn't look at the code closely, but I know exactly what's going on. But that's right out of the bat is looking good. We're going a lot faster today than we were yesterday. So let's go back up here and do this and say, okay, this is starting to look great already. However, there are no icons showing up. How would I say that? I can see that there is supposed to be images for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, but they aren't showing properly. Okay, now let's see what happens. So it usually gives you a reason why it's gonna, why something's happened, and then at the same time it'll go and pop in some stuff here, which is great. Right here, it's what it's doing is it's going into, what's the word I'm looking for? The link. It's telling you to get to the style sheet here. I can already tell you, it's telling you to put it in the head. I still want to see if I can keep all this together. Let's do this. I am putting all of this code together, not in separate places like the head. Is that right? Section, comma, so that it can all go into one raw HTML element. Can you add the, and I know it can, but let's just say we can't, the style sheet for font awesome along with the other code so that it's all together. Okay, so here's what I'm telling it to do right now. Up here, it's telling us to go and put this into the head section of a page, which is completely different than the raw HTML element. And let's just see here. Oh, I didn't hit enter. Let's hit enter. And it should put it all into one place for us. See, there it goes. Okay, so here again, it's creating all the divs for the HTML. It looks to me like it's breaking. It stopped there for a minute. Normally it just kind of keeps going. Let's just see here. There we go. Import URL. It's grabbing the style sheet, it looks like, from there. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Putting it all together for us. Taking a little bit, quite a bit. That's okay though. All right. So now it's going to give us an explanation, which we don't need. Copy code. We're going to go to the post layout again. Okay. And we're going to go through back down here. We're going to click on this. We're going to go to the edit code. I'm just going to take it all out. Backspace to remove it or delete, either one. Paste it in. We're going to save it. Okay. So what it's done is it's made them squares, which is okay. They're kind of small. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to make them circles, because I really like the way this looked. I think I would like these a little bit smaller, but these definitely, for me, I think need to be bigger. But let's go back here and say, can you make the social share buttons or icons round? Okay. And again, I don't think we can just go and copy the code while it's printing out. Maybe. I'm pretty sure that we have to wait till it's like completely done. And looks to me like it's actually even finding the colors, which is kind of cool. Here it's pulling in the JavaScript. Great. Again, that's what I'd like to see. Again, and it's just redoing the previous script. So, but I'm just watching it and commenting as it's going. All right, so we're done. It's giving us an explanation. Copy it. Okay, we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna click on Edit Code. Click in, Control A, backspace or delete, either one. And I'm gonna do a Control V to paste it in, and we're gonna save it. And there we go. Still not exactly like this. I still think I like this better, but we're getting there. This is doable. This is definitely doable. I also like the way this one's set up to where the share in everything is kind of off. I wouldn't mind if they were all more over to the right. So we could do something like, okay, let's go. First of all, I want to see if we can clean these up so they don't have the white square around them. Okay, so this, thank you. This is looking pretty good. There is a white square around each of the logos, and then a circle around those. Does Font Awesome, and I know it's pulling it all from Font Awesome, have icons that do not have the white square? So Facebook would end up being just the F with the blue circle. And LinkedIn would be, and again, I'm just really trying to get this to be like this because I really like it, the letters IN with the circle. And of course, the same for Twitter. Let's just see if it can figure out what we're trying to say. Okay, so it's getting all the code. We'll go ahead and scroll up, and taking a little while on each one. Okay, all done. Scrolling up. Going to have one more back and forth that we want to do because I want to get these all right justified. Going to click into that. Oh, so we're going to go back to our code, our page. We're going to do edit code. Click on everything. Remove everything. Paste everything in. Save. And I like, see what I'm saying? I like the smaller icons. Really like them. So let's go back here. One of the other things I noticed, shares not in caps. That's because I didn't ask it to be in caps, but I'd like to get, I think I want this to be all caps. All right. Excellent. This is really looking awesome. Two more things. Can you make the share in all caps and bold? And can you right justify everything? Right now it's all centered and spread out, but I think it will look better if they are all closer together and aligned to the right. Pretty sure that this will probably finish what we want to do. So we'll let it run through again. Of course, I'm going to fast forward through it all. We'll take this 25-minute video that it's starting to be and see if we can't cut it down so you guys aren't just sitting here watching this video for minutes on end. All right, scroll up, copy code, go on back, click on edit code, Control A to select it all, backspace, Control V, paste it all in, save, and there it is. It's still, I think it's a little bit crunched. I think I want a little bit more breathing room between the two, so I thought we'd be able to get it finished, but that's still a little too close. The share and the three icons are a bit crowded. Can you add some more padding or let's just let it, we're going to let it figure it out. Can you add some space between them all so there is some breathing room? But while it's doing that, let's go ahead. We're going to click on Save Changes. Let's go ahead down here and click on the mobile icon because we want to see, hey, how does this look on mobile? Notice also how it's kind of pretty close to the blog post date here. So I'm going to add some breathing room between the row with the share icons and the date. And I'm going to also add some breathing room to the top of that, between that and the picture. So, but that's, at least it's looking okay. Blog content, there's a lot of space there right now between the blog content and the date, which not a big deal. So we'll go out of here. What I want to do, save changes. Let's go back to ChatGPT and copy this code. We'll go back to the editor and we're going to go to edit code. Select all, backspace to get it all out, Control V, and then we'll save it. A little bit more breathing room. I still wouldn't mind having maybe a little bit more, but I think that's looking good. So while I'm here, let's go ahead and give that breathing room that I was talking about. We'll do that with margin. It's not giving us any padding options. Margin will work too. I'm going to do 15. I'm going to also, on the bottom, I want 15. I'm going to copy that. We're going to go over to the phone, to the mobile side as well, the mobile phone. Do the same thing here. 15 on top and 15 on the bottom. Save changes. And now we'll go back and let's do a preview real quick. Should be fine. Okay, so now that we're in the preview page, what we want to do, actually, let's get a better view of this. Let's go out of this completely. Let's go to an actual blog post. Now we're going to do a preview, and that gives a picture and everything. Okay, so here's the one that we just created today, and I actually like this better than what we did up here. I like it a lot better. Matter of fact, I might even go back and I'll let my client know and see what she wants to do, if she likes them smaller or bigger. But I like that. But here's what I want to do. Let's check and see how this looks like in responsive. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the page. Okay. We're going to do inspect. And if it's not already set up here, it's this second icon from the left is the toggle device toolbar. If this isn't toggled already, when it's toggled, you'll see here, this is off right now. And when we toggle it, it brings up the option to select different devices. So right now it's showing us what it would look like on an iPhone SE. You use the drop down, you can say, okay, this is an iPhone XR. And again, I'm really focused on the second row here. And let's go on back up to an iPad mini. Yeah, I'm liking that too. And then here, let's just do responsive, and then you can kind of drag it. This is right around what it would look like on like a Mac laptop, right in here. But again, let's go all the way down. And again, I'm really liking how responsive this came out. So we're good. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and just exit out of that. But one last thing before we finish. Let's test these out and let's make sure. So I'm going to pop open a new window that I have Facebook. I'm logged into Facebook. I'm logged into LinkedIn, et cetera, and let's test this out. So we have that blog post page open. So here's the one that we did yesterday. Here's the one that we're working on today, right? Drum roll. Let's see. if this is going to work. Facebook. Checking this out. I want to share it to Facebook. Click on Facebook, and there it is. Cool. Drum roll, please. LinkedIn. Ta-da! LinkedIn. All right. And last but not least, Twitter or X. And there it is. It's working. Everything works. How cool is that? I mean, can you tell I'm dancing in my chair? That is so cool. So, and that, folks, is how we use ChatGPT to create some custom code when we need to create something that's not built into Systeme.io. You now have a way of going and adding or figuring out what code to use for your share buttons on your Systeme.io blog. Now, if you're liking these videos, we have a whole set of other videos for Systeme.io. You can check those out. And we will also be creating a whole new playlist for ChatGPT. You can also check stuff out there. Thanks for watching.